In this video, I want to give some clarifications about how to think about the median or indeed any other quantile. Here you can see several data sets, small data sets, all of which have a median equal to 3. On the left-hand side, there are data sets with an odd number of data points, so they all have a middle point, which therefore is the median. And on the right-hand side, there are data sets with an even number of data points, so they don't have a middle point. And to determine the median, if the 2 points aren't equal, then we have to calculate their average. So you can pause this video and check these data sets until you are convinced that they all have a median of 3. And then the question is, what is a general statement we can make that is true about the median and is true in each one of these data sets? If you think about it, you will see that the statement you can make about the median is that at least half of the data are less than or equal to 3, that is the median, and at the same time, at least half of the data are greater than or equal to 3. So you need to have at least and equal, because we don't know how many data points are actually equal to the mean in a given case, or indeed if any data points are exactly equal to the mean. Instead of these two sentences, we could use the equivalent set below, that no more than half of the data are greater than 3, and no more than half of the data are less than 3. In fact, these 4 statements are all necessarily true for any data set that has a median of 3. And more generally, for any value of median x, if the median is x, then it must be true that at least 50% of the data are less than or equal to x, and at least 50% of the data are greater than or equal to x, as well as no more than 50% of the data are greater than x, and no more than 50% of the data are less than x. So these are the general statements that amount to the definition of the median. This isn't limited to the median. It can be used for any other quantile. So for example, for the first quartile, if the first quartile equals x, then we can say that at least 25% of the data are less than or equal to x, and at least 75% of the data are greater than or equal to x. Alternatively, no more than 75% of the data are greater than x, and no more than 25% of the data are less than x. And you can use these statements for any other quantile by substituting 25 and 75 with the quantile of your liking.